Hey y'all. So I missed you guys last week. I had every intention of doing daily devos, but it did not happen. We just had a lot going on and time just slipped away. But we had Sadie Ann, my niece, her dedication last Sunday morning, and then after that, big lunch and celebration, and then as soon as that was over, my crew headed to Tennessee for a couple of days, and it's a lot busier with 4 kids on vacation than I thought. So I missed you. I absolutely missed you last week. I missed this. I missed digging into the Word and talking about it with you, and we're back this week though. We ended the last time we talked about Jesus restoring what was lost, or what Adam lost, and the truth that in order for restoration to sonship to occur, because we've been talking about it's all about the Father, and that who your Father is and who you identify with as a child. And so in order for the restoration to sonship to occur, Jesus had to be born in this curse-ridden world, and he had to choose to follow the voice of the Father rather than the flesh and the natural man. And so this week we are going to read in Romans chapter 5. I'm going to start in verse 12. Let me get back there. I'm actually going to read I'm going to read it from the Passion Translation because I love some of the notes that are in there. But we may read from the Amplified as well. You know that I love to read in several different translations because it gives us a really good picture of what the writer is actually saying, because I do not actually know Greek and Hebrew, and so it's important to dig into the words. All right, Romans chapter 5, verse 12. So, when Adam sinned, the entire world was affected. Sin entered human experience, and death was the result. And so death followed this sin, casting its shadow over all humanity because all have sinned. Sin was in the world before Moses gave the written law, but it was not charged against them where no law existed. Yet death reigned as king from Adam to Moses, even though they hadn't broken a command the way Adam had. The first man, Adam, was a picture of the Messiah who was to come. Now, there is no comparison between Adam's transgression and the gracious gift that we experience. For the magnitude of the gift far outweighs the crime. It's true that many died because of one man's transgression, but how much greater will God's grace and his gracious gift of acceptance overflow to many because of what one man, Jesus the Messiah, did for us. And this free-flowing gift imparts to us much more than what was given to us through the one who sinned. For because of one man's transgression, we are all facing a death sentence with a verdict of guilty. But this gracious gift leaves us free from our many failures or falls and trespasses, and brings us into the perfect righteousness of God, acquitted with the words, not guilty. Death once held us in its grip, and by the blunder of one man, death reigned as king over humanity. But now, how much more are we held in the grip of grace and continue reigning as kings in life, enjoying our regal freedom through the gift of perfect righteousness in the one and only Jesus the Messiah. In other words, just as condemnation came upon all people through one transgression, so through one righteous act of Jesus' sacrifice, the perfect righteousness that makes us right with God and leads us to a victorious life is now available to all. One man's disobedience opened the door for all humanity to become sinners. So also one man's obedience opened the door for many to be made perfectly right with God and acceptable to Him. Glory to God. And tomorrow we're going to dig into this a little bit. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.